Cool. Hey everybody, David Gonzalez here with the Internet Marketing Party with the one and only Kate Buck Jr.
Hola.
Hola. Hey, so just to give everybody, we're going to keep this down to like 3 to 4 minutes. We just want to do a quick overview of what it is that you're going to be talking about tomorrow. I know we don't want to let all the cat out of the bag. The purpose of this is to get people curious enough that they'll show up tomorrow. But we also want to let folks that actually answered the questions when they RSVP'd know that we really do read these. And so let's go ahead and get started. Do you have anything you want to say before I start reading through some of these questions?
Yeah, shoot. What's the first one?
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
the first question comes to us from Bob Prestwood. And Bob asks, what are the 3 most important things to know about marketing on Facebook?
Okay, the 3 most important things. Let's see. The first thing I think is, the first thing I think people should know is that people are on Facebook for entertainment, purely entertainment purposes. Like no one is sitting around. I think we have a misconception. No one is sitting around on Facebook going, I'm here to get marketed to, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
We're using it to market our products and services. So I think the first kind of contextual thing is a mind shift from what is the consumer doing on Facebook? They're there to share photos with their friends. They're there to socialize. They're there to be part of a community.
Mhm.
And we are trying to market to people that are in that mindset. So I think the first thing is for people to do is to kind of stop and go, okay, so what would add value to somebody who was there to do that? What would support them? What would be entertaining for them? Instead of looking at what is the best tips, tricks, tactics to drive traffic to my fan page or get a zillion fans or whatever the case may be. So that's like my first tip, or the first thing that we do is we stop and get acquainted with really who those people are and what they're doing on Facebook in the first place.
That gives me a really good idea for a follow-up training course that maybe we can offer the folks, and that's maybe to come up with a strategic game plan. So kind of like how it takes time to write up an autoresponder, but when you do an autoresponder series right, it brings in money on autopilot. So if you came up with a strategy for things you could do that are entertaining and valuable, so you're not having to do it all the time, you could load those up in advance, right?
Yeah, there's lots of ways to automate stuff on Facebook to keep things going and keep revenue rolling in as you go. But yes, the key here is actually how could you be entertaining? How could you entertain people more? Yeah, more so than how can you sell them a bunch of stuff, or how can you get a whole bunch of people to like your page? Well, if your page was entertaining or informative, people would do that. So, but I just like to jump back for a second because people don't often think about that,
Yeah, and I think it reflects what a lot of the people are asking. They're saying, how do I not look like a douchebag that's always selling stuff?
Right.
I actually unfriend people that put up too much stuff. So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is incentivize. Hello. So incentivize people on Facebook to take action. One of the biggest things I see on Facebook, particularly like on Facebook fan pages, we'll keep it to that. So we're talking about business.
Mm-hmm.
Is the lack of calls to action, the lack of strong calls to action, and get people to actually do something. So we're seeing things evolve, and particularly the internet marketing community has been faster to jump on this than necessarily the small business community. But incentivizing. So what value can you offer in exchange for them liking your page? But even beyond that, now you've got the like. You need to continue to incentivize them to continue to engage with your page, or you're going to lose them very quickly. And so we'll talk about some strategies tomorrow about how you can effectively incentivize people to move beyond just getting the like, to continue to interact with you on your page and, of course, off page, which is where the magic happens, right?
Oh, cool. All right. So in other words, thinking that's almost like an indirect benefit of this question, and that's that Facebook is really a lead generator, not a marketing. It's a lead generation tool, not specifically a marketing tool. I mean, Yeah, I think you know what I mean.
Well, it's a marketing tool because
But
it's a lead generation
yeah,
tool.
yeah, but in other
We're
words,
going to
it's
talk
not.
about it specifically in terms of lead generation.
I think what I was thinking is that there's this marketing concept called two-step marketing, where the first step is to get them to take some action, and then the second step is where you really like. The first one is, send in for this free gift. So you're really just giving them something for free, and then the second part is where you capture their information and start to sell a little bit. So
Yes, we're going to talk about probably 2 to 3 different key strategies that you could use there, depending on what your end goal is. So some people's end goal is just to get the like. Some people's end goal is to get an opt-in, an email. Some people's end goal is to get somebody to end up in their store on foot buying something. So whether that is offline or online, either way. So we're going to look at, there are 3 different strategies for making that happen.
cool. So that's another secondary side effect of this question is that you should know your end goal first. Is that the third? Was that the third tip?
Sounds like we're talking about marketing here. Know your customer and know your and know your goals. Wow, it's amazing.
Right. So
Well, we're breaking ground here, David.
so is that the third most important thing you should know about marketing on Facebook is to know your end goal?
We can have it. There's a lot of things you should know about Facebook. If we had to talk about the top 3, pops, David, what were 1 and 2?
Yeah, and 1 and 2. It sounds like you're winging it, Kate. Is number 1 is to have a mind shift about why they're there in the first place. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is to incentivize and engage them with your page beyond the like. And number 3 is either know your end goal going in or
I want to say contests, and that's along with incentivizing, but give them something fun to do. So we already said that they're there for entertainment. Shift your mindset. Let's give them free stuff and let's have them play fun games.
Okay. So that can even tie in. That can even tie in with your end goal idea. Like
Absolutely.
Have the contest be in line with your end goal.
Right.
Cool. All right. So question number 2 comes to us from Lewis Burns. And Lewis asks, how do you use Facebook to generate traffic? PPC, pay-per-click, is straightforward enough, but what else?
Sure. So I've got a little strategy about 10 different ways to drive traffic with Facebook. And let's just PPC is easy enough. Let's also pretend that engagement, just because it's an overused word. Yeah, engage with people. Let's pretend that that's out. Let's take that one off the table too, because that's the other kind of biggie that people say. I say you have to do what's called invitations. So first of all, you do have to find leads on Facebook. You do have to dig to find those leads, or you have to do PPC, one of the 2. So it's either going to take elbow grease or it's going to take advertising budget.
Wow. So that's cool. It's almost like the equivalent to SEO versus paid search. Wow.
Si, senor. Huh. So the idea here is you're either going to use a strategy of digging and finding leads, or you're going to use PPC. So there's tons of ways in Facebook to do it. It takes elbow grease, it takes time, or you can just kind of skip all that and do Facebook ads.
Would it be safe to say that of those 10 different ways, 1 is paid, the other 8 or 9 are elbow grease?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that's where
and really, when there we're talking about. Remember, a second ago we were talking about step 1 and step 2. Step 1 is just getting the leads to friend you or fan you, whatever you're looking to do there. And then part 2 is how do you get them from there to wherever you're trying to drive traffic to. The other 8 becomes super, super important there, right? And I call those social invitations. You invite people to take a committed action with you beyond the social connection. So, so we're going to talk about my strategies for inviting people to take a committed action with you beyond the social connection.
Okay.
If it's just friending you or fanning you, that's easy.
That's equivalent to going, look, I know them. I met them at my friend's party.
Sure, and you're instantly friends, but that didn't put any money in your bank account. So we've got to invite them to connect. I'm sorry, take a committed action. Invite them to take a
Wait,
committed
wait,
action.
stop right there.
on
Let's
social
let's
connection.
let's leave them right there so that those steps are what they're coming for tomorrow night.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, very cool. Any parting words before? I think we went way over our 3 minutes, but
Yeah, I'm long-winded. I promise to keep it short tomorrow, though.
well, as long as it's yeah.
As
I mean, you
needed,
keep
yeah.
you know do it as long as the crowd wants you to talk, which will probably be all night. All
I'm
right.
excited you guys come out and see me.
And I'm gonna put a link at the bottom of this to your YouTube video. Do you have like a Bitly to your YouTube
Yes.
video?
Yes,
To
I'll
the-
send that to you. Yes, I'm really excited about that spot. So
You want to
Yes,
give
for sure.
everybody just a quick little what I heard. A little birdie told me that you got something like 300 requests for interviews in the last 48 hours or something. Because
yeah, it's been we've had just tons and tons and tons and tons of requests for interviews. People who want to be a social media manager, people who want to hire us. That little spot has gone viral.
So for
and,
people who don't
so-
know what we're talking about, Kate was interviewed on Fox News, and the Newswire picked it up, and it went international. And so you're being courted to be interviewed by people in Hong Kong and India and all over the world, huh?
Yep, and you can see me and shake my hand. No, I'm kidding.
For the low
Tomorrow
price of.
night.
All right. Well, very cool. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me
Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. They're not only a way to stay connected these days, but they're also very important tools for businesses. Some companies now dishing out hefty salaries to help manage their social media presence. Fox 7's Fody Kalergis joining us with more on that. Hey, Fody.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, this social media thing has really given birth to an entire new industry. Meet the social media managers. They get paid to tweet, follow, make Facebook posts, and to keep your business relevant. The best part, some are making 6 figures doing it.
I got laid off. It was a time when that was happening.
It was about 2 years ago. Kate Buck was like millions around the country, unemployed with lots of time to reflect.
I had been playing around a lot on Twitter and Facebook, and what I saw was, I just started noticing, I saw people who had large followings, people whose followings were growing. I saw a lot of complaining that they had so many direct messages and private messages, or they had so many replies that they couldn't manage it all.
It was then Kate seized the opportunity and started KBJ Online, a social media management company that tweets, writes posts, pokes, and blogs for major brands around Austin.
It's flexible and it's fun, so it's not a job that I hate doing every day. You know, I get to play on Facebook and Twitter for a living, so I enjoy what I do. I get to, make my own hours and work with the clients I want to work with.
Right now, she manages about 12 accounts, either on her computer or on her iPhone. The tweets carefully crafted and strategically executed. Recently, she teamed up with Idea Incubators to publish her own online classes on how to become a social media manager. Her small business has already made her hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think it's just great that she can offer her assistance in teaching people how to do stuff.
Mackenzie Kelly just broke into the industry. By day, she's a county employee and volunteer firefighter.
I actually schedule tweets. It's just kind of a couple hours here, a couple hours there on the weekend.
And on her off time, she manages a handful of social media accounts.
This year, part-time, I've made about $5,500. I charge anywhere between $200 and $300 to get all the social media going for a company.
Right now, the going rate for a full-time social media manager is about $40,000. That's just to tweet and Facebook all day long. Only the stakes are higher. One bad tweet can cost a company its reputation.
Companies should be hiring qualified, trained social media managers.
Okay, now it's time for me to do my social media manager job duties here at Fox 7. You can follow us at twitter.com/FoxAustin or at Fox Austin. You can also follow me at Fody Kalergis and friend us at facebook.com/MyFoxAustin. And if you need some help finding a social media job, we will have some posted on our site very shortly. Just head over to myfoxaustin.com. Mike?